So Heint is Yom HaShoah. Es ist sehr schlechte, Gedenk von dem Sach. Aber Heint wir gehen reden ein bisschen von der Zichroinen, der Yiddish, a little memory, a little legacy. Wir gehen reden ein bisschen von dem Tag. So, erst weist alle, dass Mike and Shirley bis in Deutschland auf die concentration camp. Ich weiß nicht, so ein concentration camp auf Yiddish.
Mauthausen.
Konzentrationslager.
Concentration okay. Thank you, Maget. All right, so they are visiting there, and we have a very, very short video that they posted from there that they wanted to share. So let's start with that. We'll get that up on the screen so I can share that. Okay. And no, that's not it. That's not it. Didn't come up the right way. There it is. Okay, this is what I want to share. And I have to make sure that we have the audio.
Oh, wow.
This is Shirley with her grandson.
That's
Wow. That's beautiful.
Hazard two.
My name is Shino Silberstein Mills. In sind wir jetzt in Mauthausen, Konzentrationslager. In mein Tate und seine jüngeren Brüder sind befreit geworden, wenn die Amerikaner sind gekommen. Mein Tate hat damit geglaubt in machen eine Kumme in den Nazis, bei machen das beste Leben, was du kennst. Mein Tate und Mama, auch ein Survivor, sind gewesen in Israel in 1948 und sie haben geholfen, verstehen Israel. Und 2 Töchter, 4 Einiglich und 5 Ureiniglich, einer ist Hand mit Tanz. Am Israel Chai.
Amen.
Oh, my.
Amen.
So very, very nice. Thank them for sharing that with us. Okay, so it was Mike's thought that we would spend at least a good part of the evening discussing Yom HaShoah. And we can, those who are really fluent in the Yiddish can certainly answer in Yiddish and share along, or in English. But the question we had for Vush is wichtig, Mumschach zu sein, abzuschrechen, Yom HaShoah Heint, wenn es denen du als wenige Nitzel worden. Okay, in other words, why is it important to continue observing Yom HaShoah now that there are fewer survivors with us? Why is this so important now, Favus?
Als wir sollen nicht vergessen.
And if nicht für sei, wie bin, was ist für uns?
Ja.
Was ist für uns, if mit Tracht nicht von sei? Sie haben gegeben ins Leben, sie haben gegeben ins als Ding, von Kol Malchus.
Bis gerafft.
Wir können nicht vergessen. Wir können nicht das vergessen. Sie haben gegabt Meure jeden Tag zu verleben. Und es hat gekommen, meine Tante hat mir gesagt, wenn ich auch gewesen älter, als es hat gekommen der Zeit, wo hat nicht gekannt, ob hat leben oder sterben. Und hat gewesen 19 Jahre alt.
Stel dir vor.
You know?
Ja.
Der Leben hat gewesen gut nicht weit.
Ja.
Aber hat gesagt, als if kann doch kein dem Zeit ist glücklicher Mensch. Und hat geholfen meine Mama und hat geholfen meine Mamas Schwester. Alle anderen haben es nicht gemacht.
Die hast
And
gesund,
if
Harvey, ja.
no,
Red, red.
en ze liep dus, ich tracht von alle Seiten. Wenn ich ersan in Montreal, ma Tate hat, ma Tate dort in dieser Steindl bei de la Savane, und es ist von der Chenstochow Society, a größten Stein, und hat geschrieben, de Nummern von sein Brüder, seine Schwester, der Älteren, und ich gehe dort zu sehen sie. Das ist, ich tue, was ich kann, you know?
This is good.
Das
Ja.
ist, als mehr kann ich vergessen. Aber es ist mehr wichtig, als der Welt kann ich vergessen. Wir lassen sie vergessen, die ganze Welt, was hat passiert.
Das ist eine traurige Sache, because dort sind mehr Antisemiten in der Welt jetzt, was hat gewesen, exactly. Und es ist eine Schande, als mis als du, Brüder und Schwestern zusammen. Und was ist mehr wichtig, als dort nicht Zeit, nicht zu laden, ein Mensch, ist eine gestrufene Sache. Man darf alle uns haben lieb zusammen. Und man hat von alles Ding zu leben. Und dort sind Menschen, die will nicht andere losen leben.
Say you get gesucht, Harvey. Say you get gesucht. Bis
You want to
geracht.
mute everybody, Ellen?
I can do that. Let me see. I'm just trying to figure out how to. Okay, here we go.
So we're getting somebody has their radio or TV on.
If your vehicle is out of warranty, don't drive another mile
Not me.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Sandra
find this one.
Glazer. Sandra, you have your TV or radio on.
800-495-6536.
I can't hear you.
Did you get everybody muted?
I'm working it. I can't find the.
It sounds quiet again. All right, lass mich zurückgehen zu unserem Gespräch. Was geht? Muget, was kennst du erzählen von der Holocaust? Von was darf man allemal gedenken? Von der Holocaust. Muget, unmute yourself, Muget. Muget, unmute yourself. Can you hear me?
Yeah, she's good. Speak to us. Red zu uns.
Ja, weiß nicht, wie recht.
This is
Du bist good.
Jetzt
Kein Red jetzt. Jetzt kein Red.
von dem gehe ich in Schule heran, reden zu die Kinder, soll ich verzeihen, Mama, sollen wissen, was sie geschehen.
That's right. For those of you who don't know, Muget is a survivor, and she actually, you have your book, and she goes into the schools and other institutions and tells her story, family story. Muget, sag uns ein bisschen, wie alt du bist gewesen und was ist gewesen mit dir?
Wenn der Krieg hat zurückgehoben, bin ich gewesen 7 Jahre alt. Ich bin gewesen evacuiert, gewesen weg von Paris mit der Schule. Und ich habe nicht gewusst, wer die Mama ist. Ich habe gesagt, die Mama ist nicht gewusst, wie ich bin. Und später hat man die Mama gefunden und genommen mit ihr in einer kleinen Städtele called Chanlot. In Dorten bin ich gewesen behalten, Dorten, vor 3 Jahren. Alle Menschen in der Städte haben gewusst, als wir sind Jiden. Und keiner hat gut nicht gesagt. Alle haben uns behalten. Sie gewesen
Sehr schön. Sehr schön. Wie viele Menschen in der Stadt alle?
350.
Und alle, und wie viele Jiden haben sie behalten?
Viele die Kinder haben gewusst. Keiner hat nicht zugesucht. Die
Wie
Deutschen
viele
sind
Jiden,
3 Kilometer.
wie viele Jiden
Kilometer
hat
weg.
die Menschen behalten?
Da bin ich verhalten, ja.
How many people did they hide, Muget?
Bloß die Mama, mein Bruder und mir. In
Oi.
Nur 3 Menschen.
nur 3 Menschen.
Wow. Wow. And the andere Mischbuche von ein ob nicht dort gegangen in Milchome.
Weiß nicht, ma Mime ist da geht die Wochen in Auschwitz. Die ganze Familie, was noch gewesen in Polen, sind alle umgegangen.
Und dein Vater?
Mein Vater ist nicht gestorben, ich war 35 Jahre. In 130.
Wow. Okay, und jetzt die wohnst wie?
Ich war in Montreal, in Côte-Saint-Luc.
Aha, Montreal girl.
Yes.
Und du kannst reden dein French in Montreal.
Sei Französisch, ich kann doch nicht verstehen.
Du bist gedacht. Sei es, it's a slang. Ich gehe jede Woche Montag gehe ich zu die volunteering in the Holocaust Museum in Toronto. What a beautiful museum. Es ist sehr interactive. Alle the survivors sind auf the screens und wir können fragen, welche verschiedene Scheiles, was du aus fragen, kannst du stippst den Button und der Survivor redt. Ich steige wie der Survivor ist bei dir auf dem Platz.
Wow.
Hat mir gehabt, von 10 Seiger in der Früh bis halb noch 1, halb noch 2, hat mir gehabt 80 Students von 3 different schools. 3 different schools. And the schools sind nicht directly in Toronto, sind aus von der Stuart. Kleine Städte, also wie man sagt, Kitchener. Was heißt das? Nazi, es ist nicht keine leichte Sache zu sagen, es ist ein guter Platz, das dem Stuart. Sie kommen in, wir können machen einen Effekt auf ein Student, ist schon gut. Sie kommen als so viel, aber ich habe nicht gesehen, also sie sehen nicht aus, als so interessiert. Verstehst? Aber besser wie nicht zu wissen, sie müssen sich auslernen. Sie müssen wissen, was dort passiert. So die Kinder kommen raus, sie können nicht glauben, was sie sehen mit den Augen auf das und das. Sie können nicht glauben. Ja.
Das geht zu Mikes zweite Frage. Fragt, wie soll das Lernen sich wegen Gruppen dem helfen, wie wir gucken auf unsere heutige Kischachwesen zu anderen Menschen? And for those who don't understand completely, how does learning about the Holocaust change the way we view our responsibility toward other people today? When what we learn about it, how does that affect how we deal with other people?
It's a good question.
It is.
Well, I'm going to share something. I'm going to share something in English because it really bothers me today. The Jewish Federation in Charleston, Wednesday, we have our Holocaust Remembrance celebration. We call it a celebration. Wednesday evening. The Jewish Federation here decided not to promote this event.
Oh.
On social media. well, only Mary Jo just stuck her nose in because she's on the committee. And I was pretty upset about it because I feel, I believe that we need to be proud. We need to tell the story. We can't let the bullies intimidate us. And I was obviously outvoted, but yeah, I think when you're going to talk about the Holocaust and celebrate the survivors of the Holocaust, you should do it publicly and aggressively and promote it. And then let the authorities provide, if they think there's going to be a problem, let them provide the protection. And interestingly enough, this year, the chief of police of Charleston is being honored by the Federation as an upstander. And we're not promoting this. So anyway, I got that off my chest. So if anyone have any feelings about keeping quiet as Jews, or
well, I'm sure I feel for you, Joe. I agree with you 150%. I don't like what's happening with all of this. And as you know, living in Toronto, we have had a very bad time with all this anti-Semitic rhetoric and shootings at synagogues, and some of the biggest synagogues in Toronto have been shot at. It's just horrible what's going on here. And I just don't know what to say. We have a mayor who is totally anti-Semitic, totally. You know, she doesn't come to any Jewish events at all, be it UJA, be it at a shul, be it at an outdoor area. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know. It's very upsetting. Very upsetting.
It's interesting because she's Asian. I would
That's right.
that there wouldn't be as much anti-Semitism coming from Asians, but I guess it doesn't matter anymore.
It's the vote. It's the Muslim vote. They're outnumbered us. You know, they need the vote. So that's all I can see it. She's. I honestly I don't understand what's going on. I'm at a loss for words. I feel like it's. I'm happy my parents who survived the Holocaust aren't here to see this, because my parents would it would have been a very difficult thing for them to go through again. It's like going through 1933 in Germany and all this. It's, I don't know. I hope that we're going to have a good way out. I hope. That's why we need Israel to the highest degree, to hold up our heads.
Well, absolutely. Mike, we can't hear you.
Oh, he's muted.
Mike, you're muted. Oh, you can't talk?
He says you have to unmute them. Oh,
Alan.
Carmen says you have to
No,
unfortunately, in the host tools,
you can unmute yourself, Mike.
Yes, you should be able to unmute yourself. Press the
space
bar.
They can't do it.
Harvey says he can't either.
Harvey says you can't do it.
Hannah says they can't either.
Let me see what's going on here.
How did I didn't touch anything.
Again. Try it again. See if you
can
do it. Touch the space bar.
Okay. Finally, we can interrupt the dictators.
Try again, Harvey.
You had us unmuted. You had us muted for 20 minutes.
Just a minute, Harv,
can't you unmute? Harv, you can't unmute?
No. Now wait a second. I let everybody. Yeah, everybody's able to unmute now. The setting is so that everybody can unmute.
Harvey's trying.
Saul isn't. He's muted.
Let's see. Can I unmute you?
You should be able to unmute everybody, or individually.
All right. So
Mazel tov.
Poor Harvey. Because
it's okay.
It's a little funky in the host.
But Mike's is muted again.
Saul and Betty and Michael and Hannah and Miri Manella.
There's a lot that are muted that cannot speak.
They should all be able to speak
They
now. They
could?
should be
They
able to
can?
mute
Okay.
themselves now. Should
Okay.
be.
All right.
Press your space bar, Hannah. Press your
Space.
bar. No?
Miriam
What
says
was the lady's name that spoke from Côte Saint Luc, the survivor? What is her name?
Muget.
Muget?
Yeah.
She's not muted.
I'm unmuted.
Okay, now it's working.
But
Muget,
Saul is still
Muget,
muted.
where are you from originally?
From France.
Oh, tu parles français, hein?
Je parle français, oui. Vous aussi?
Un petit peu. Ma femme est française.
Ah, je comprends. D'accord. Vous comprenez les Canadiens?
Le Canadien français, c'est
understand them? Vous les comprenez?
c'est pas français, mais
Oh, there's so many.
ma femme on a une tante Huguette. C'est comme toi,
Oui.
pas exactement la même chose, mais beaucoup de familles en France. Beaucoup de familles en France.
Oui.
So it looks like other people can't unmute. Randy can't, Rozzy can't unmute.
Saul.
Michael
Saul is
can't.
good. Saul, you're good now.
I have
Michael
allowed
can't
everybody
unmute.
to unmute themselves. I have said
Okay.
it so that everybody
Now
can
it's
unmute.
working.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
All right. I
Good.
think
Welcome back, everyone.
All
Oh, there
right.
you are,
We can
Betty.
talk now.
Whatever it is,
Harvey, you're the last
we
one,
haven't done
Harvey.
it on
I'm
our
okay.
end.
I'm okay. I'm good.
We've
Ich
let
kann
you
reden
know.
noch einmal.
Hannah.
No, Harvey hasn't done it. Harvey Horowitz.
Oh,
Joe, I thought they were
No,
having
Harvey's there. Harvey's
I
unmuted.
lost my picture, but I think I can talk. My audio's
Yeah.
on, but I lost my video.
No, we got your picture.
We see you. We see the Shane upon him.
I just
Now we
can't
don't hear
see
you.
myself.
There we
I can't see myself.
Joe, I
Let's
thought
see you.
they were
Right,
having
that's on your end. We see you. And
I
when you
thought-
talk, well, we were hearing you.
Roz,
I thought they were having the Yom HaShoah, but they were not advertising it, and you had to register to say you were coming.
Yes, you have to register. That's another thing, which is I
Nobody
go
is
along with
watching.
that, but they're not advertising it or promoting it.
Oh,
How do you
we
feel
used-
about how do you feel about that?
Oh, I liked when we walked with the candles from the synagogue to the memorial. So everybody, and they read the names of all the survivors and all the people that perished in the Holocaust. And the kids were on the street. I think they should do that again.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, for those of you who are not Charlestonians, we had a service at the memorial.
Yeah.
But we walked from the synagogue with candles.
And they had them on the
the
side of the
street.
roads reading the names of
wow, that's nice.
the ones who perished in the
And we had
in the
police,
Holocaust. Which I
South
thought was
Carolina?
beautiful. And they should do
Charleston,
it
yeah.
again. They're scared. South
But now
Carolina,
they're-
Charleston.
Charleston.
Right. Yeah, I was just there. I did a road trip and it beautiful. I was there in the spring of last year, and the azaleas and everything.
It is
Beautiful.
such a beautiful
Beautiful.
city.
It
Thank
is
you very
really
much.
something else. It's a beautiful, Charleston is beautiful.
My mother
wusstest du mir nicht besucht?
was born there. My mother was born in Charleston. She's going to be 102.
Ah, die sind die Jugend.
And
Die
I
sind
was
die
born
Jugend.
here. My husband, we're all Charlestonians. So one day I told Mike, I said, Mike, nobody recognizes the Southern Jewry. I mean, they think we're a bunch of cracker barrels down there.
Zoek nou, Saul, even kan me vragen, ich mein, Saul, Jossel, even kan me vragen, Saul, ein bisschen, was hat der weiß von Holocaust, ist eine Sache durchgegangen. Saul.
Ja, ich bin geboren aufgezogen mit zwei Tates und einer Mama. Nämlich der Vater ist gestorben nach dem Krieg En de dag geleefd Auschwitz. En had got de nummer op de hand. De mama gewoon bevraagd. Ze had afgegeven, ze gewezen op de Death March. En ze gegangen en ze had zich niet gelijk, ze had kennis mee. En dan had ze opgemacht de ogen, had ze gezien, had ze gekickt in de ogen to an American soldier. Had ze gewusst, dat ze had geleefd. En dan was de voeten gestorben van cancer, geweest 31 jaar oud. En we gekomen met de mama naar St. Louis. En ze had zich getroffen met een andere survivor. Had gehad haar vader met dat kind opgegeven in Auschwitz. En ik had een leven met hem. En ze leven jeden dag met de Holocaust. Met de nerven. En komen naar Amerika en Düsseldorf te maken. En ze leren in English. And so to adapt of the American way of life en wat zij hebben gezien. En we vermoeden dat de mama in de Tate aufgeweckt bij de nacht geschrien. So sagt de man, en was hat passiert. En es ist eine Sache, als schwer, Menschen will nicht wissen. En time und sagen sie, es hat nicht passiert. So, ich habe gedacht, ich allein bin zweimal operiert geworden auf den Magen, zu lieb den Nerven, was hat sich getan in Stieb. So, ich habe Sachen, was wir darf geben, dem Eiwigsten Dank, das jetzt zu den Kindern zu geben, das. Und dank Gott an meine Kinder geblieben, jeden, so jüdische Wabe, jüdische Kinder, und so wissen, was hat passiert. Und das ist eine Andenkung, was ich habe gegeben zu meinen Kindern und zu jedem, mit was ich will sagen. So, das ist mein Maße.
Es ist eine große Maße.
Ja, eine große Maße.
Eine Maße und ein Ende.
In de Zeilen von dan Brüder, was hat passiert, ich gedenke, dass die Zeilen am meisten wie nach das der gefunden hat, dass der Brüder.
Mijn bride?
Ja.
Nee, mijn bride, was ik hier kan ik zeggen. De mama had gewollt, als ihr zien zal hoe mijn voeten en mijn stiefvoeten, mijn stepvader, had gewollt, als hij zal ook kennen, even was een aandenking. Om ze verheiratet. En hij wilde ook geheerd, gewoon gewollt dat bride hebben voor haar birthday. En op mijn birthday is mijn bride geboren. Aber ich habe bride. Das ist der Maße, was du willst wissen?
Ja, ich habe gemeint, dass du nicht gewusst hast, dass der Bride, das ausgefunden später.
No.
No? Okay.
Emes anders.
Emes anders, ja. No, es ist gewesen ein richtiger Meister, dann Meister. Es hat eine Sache durchgegangen. Deine Eltern.
Ja. Miriam Mandela.
Manela.
Can you hear me?
Miriam, catch the head.
Here she comes.
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry.
Zugins bin Celts. Was is given noch the Milchoma.
So I don't know if people know, but my father, as well as your father, Joe, right?
Yeah.
Came from a town in Poland called Celts. And a year after the Holocaust ended, there was a pogrom where I believe it was 45 people were killed. It was a blood libel. There was a little Polish boy who didn't return home from visiting his relatives. He ultimately did, but the first reaction of the people from Celts was it's the Jews. And they went after all the survivors who had come back to search for their families. So, I don't know how many people knew about this. And it wasn't just in Celts. It was also in another town. I'm not sure of the name, but Celts was the larger one.
My dad had the same experience. After he was liberated, he went back home, and one of his friends gave him a heads up and told him not to go. A lot Polacks were, I mean, everybody spilt the beans on the Jews, unfortunately, and they had their reckoning as well. They took them out as well for ratting them out. But my dad went to where his friend was, and he just had a funny feeling, and he was forewarned not to knock on the door. There were other people living there, and they didn't want to give up what they took from all the Jews.
My
That's
dad
right.
was headed back to
It was
Kelts.
brutal. It was just so brutal.
Yeah.
My mother was born in Lumza in Poland, Lumza Wadania, she said. And she came here during World War I, but later relatives in Lumza were killed not by the Nazis, but by the Polish people.
Yeah. I frequent DC often for pleasure because my son had moved here, and I was at the Holocaust Museum in Washington DC. I don't know if anybody else has gone there, but what a place! A glass wall with etchings of cities that no longer exist, kleine Städtlich, that no longer exist, and both my parents' towns are there. And just to see them, see those towns and touch the etchings just warmed my heart. It brought me so close to them. It was just really spiritual. But the icing on the cake for me is when I left, of how well thought they put this.
Absolutely.
They put this place together, and on your way out, they gave everybody the opportunity to light a memorial candle in their honor.
Yeah. I can't visit any of those places. I break in a rage. I can't.
I understand.
Well, I like, ik kan in Yiddish of best in English. It's
okay.
My tate had geteilt, he saw things a little different. And he went through the camp. He survived 50 months. He's got actually the record, the whole war. Wat gewesen in Lage, meine Mama gewesen in der Lage, beide Mischpuchen geworden, gehargert in Treblinka. Ich habe nicht Mischpuche, ich habe nur ein Tante. Ich habe nicht ein Bild, ich kenne nicht Anime. I'm worse than an adopted kid. So this is my Masse. I will, wenn wir reden von Yom HaShoah, gedenken. Meine Tate gewesen stark in Koyach, in Aval Nuchtem El they all suffered PTSD. Nobody was normal.
Oh, huge.
So, I've got Mama and Tate became besucht in Dachau. I'm a creation of Dachau. My mother almost died. She was actually saved by the U.S. Army in a field hospital. And we talked Feldafing. We talked about that, Sal. Sal was, I think, born in Feldafing. My mother was saved at Feldafing. En in Europe, nog de Milchome, ausgegangen von Europe, gewohnt in Israel, mit gelebt in Israel 10 Jahre und gewesen als Soldat. So, ins Verstehen, the Yiddish, Schwage, and from before World War I. So we come with a lot of blood given to the cause. I will, gemeint, it's inexplicable. What nicht gewollt, he didn't accept is, to some degree, we commercialized this thing, and that's what bothered him a little bit. If you try to rationalize this, how could the most evolved and enlightened nation in Europe, where the Jews were held in highest esteem in Germany, turn so violent? It's human inhumanity is inexplicable. It's below our skin. How could the Iranians kill 40,000 of their own and not even blink? How could 1 million Africans kill each other because the Houthis and the Tutsis, one had a flat nose and a long nose? His view was it's a human condition to keep our sanity. It was just our bad luck is what it was. We got caught, you know, and these, you know, the Iranians, the Armenians, the Turks killed 1 million of them. So I guess kind of an existentialist. I mean, his philosophy is live the best as you can, be, you know, enjoy life as you can, do all the right deeds, but the bestiality behind the skin will rise. So the Elie Wiesels and the Midnights and the millions of dollars really pissed him off. He thought it was the memorial. It was becoming too commercialized. We need to be more aware than anybody else of our suffering. No, suffering occurs. It happens to everybody. There's sad stories everywhere. And he just tried to live his life as best as he could, you know. He didn't desecrate it, didn't remember. We didn't talk much about it. Maybe that was the worst thing he did to me. You know, there's a syndrome that children of survivors have. I think I have it probably, being raised by two nuts. I mean, they were very nice people, but they were, you know, they're very nice. They're very sociable. They were very successful, but their emotional gear was, they were always in one gear. They didn't yell a lot. They didn't get very sad. And I took me along with, and because I grew up in Israel, everybody thinks, well, you know all about being a Jew. And the truth of it is, we were culturally Jewish and they were Orthodox background, but we never celebrated holidays because there were no families to celebrate with. So, you know, we go in the park on Yom Kippur, you know, we would walk in the streets and listen to the, you know, to the davening coming out of. So it was a deep down grief. So, I mean, so they were, you know, they looked about as normal as anybody, but I'm left with this terrible, you know, I guess burden or mission. But he was just different. And the best way to express it, at one point, I was in a point to buy a Mercedes. So I approached him cautiously and I asked, Dad, what do you think? Can I buy a Mercedes? He goes, what do you mean? You've been to Israel? I go, yeah. How many Mercedes do you see in Israel? I go, they're everywhere. He goes, right. Who's the best friend of Israel? Germany, you know? So he just thought it becomes a little too, you know what I mean? Always us, always. No. Take care, be wise, be ready, you know. Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. If only Iran had the right to bear arms today, you know.
Yeah.
And of course, every Israeli knows how to bear arms, whether they like it or not. The most armed country in the world, you know, and there's no crime. So a lot of myths. So that's it. I just, in this, I don't know why, but you made me tell the story. It's a very, very unusual way to remember. And nobody suffered more, but he just said, you know, son, it was our dumb luck, you know, bad luck. Move on.
Good attitude. Good attitude. Good
Live
attitude.
your life. Live your
Listen,
life.
you know, whether you like it or not, you know, he had his raincoat. He had to wear a raincoat, you know, otherwise, you know, who knows how he would have been emotionally. And kudos to your Zerbrochen in Yiddish. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, wo sich keiner versteht, vollkommen nicht gerät Jiddisch in meinem Leben. Zu keiner mehr. In Stieb, mit nicht gerät Jiddisch. Man noch gerät, wir sind in Israel, wir reden Hebräisch. Wir darf sein wie die Israel-Bürger. Wir kommen zu Amerika, wir darf reden Englisch. Das ist gewesen in Business. Aber this is the most amazing in my Kopf. Es ist ein Leben in my Kopf. Und ich rede Jiddisch. Also wir sei reden in my Kopf.
Du hast verstanden als Ding, aber du hast nicht gelacht zu reden.
Keinem nicht gerät Jiddisch zu sagen. Mit keinem nicht gerät Jiddisch zu keinem.
Yes, Harvey.
Ich weiß nicht, wie die Jiddisch kennt aus. Ich gedenk, somebody asked the other day, I'm fluent in Hebrew too. I was sitting with some Jewish and non-Jewish friends and I switched languages and this person somebody said, I'm just so amazed that you can change your mind. You know, and I thought about it, to be able to switch a language, you think to have to a point in people where that was part of your life. So when ich rede Hebräisch, ich rede auf Hebräische Sachen. I just don't think of Hebrew, I think of Israeli things. And you know what I mean? I don't know if that's how the human, like you, Harv, I know you mentioned you grew up in Montreal. When you speak French, I think you're in Montreal. Your brain takes you to Montreal. French doesn't come to you. You go to Montreal. I think so. Wenn ich rede Jiddisch, ich rede nicht Jiddisch. Meine Mama und Tata reden Jiddisch. Sie kommt heraus. Ich weiß nicht, wie das kommt, aber sie kommt heraus von mir. Also, es ist Mischig. Ich bin mir im
Es kommt, wie ihr seid, der hast gewesen aufgebringt. Etliche, en de bist glücklich, als de verstehst, de kannst reden, etliche Sprachen.
You know, when the Zagiret Yiddish gewesen, the beste Sachen so gesucht zu jedem, zu seiner Sache, der versteht, wenn man redet Yiddish, they were the purest, they were the most honest, you know, because it was their haven, you know. Here they were, obviously they were physically and emotionally and familiarly completely displaced, and maybe that's why it is. And when I heard, it was almost like a holy language for them. And that's why so many of us remember it, maybe because it was their holy language. I don't know. But if
Listen, if all of you want to have a really good laugh, God bless my parents, especially my dad. I used to always play gin rummy with him whenever I used to come into Montreal. And there were two comedians that were truly, truly legends. Jigon and Schumacher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And sometimes I had to play it over again. I had CDs at the time that I bought from my dad. I got them out of New York, and I sent them to him, and he was feeling like no other. And we used to, whenever I used to go into town, you know,
I never heard of him.
you know what? Jigon and Schumacher, you would absolutely love them. And you could even listen to them free online. You type it in, try it phonetically, or next time I'll get the spelling for you.
Okay.
You'll get such a kick out of it. You know, their Yiddish is amazing. They play around with words. I mean, you know, it's lost in translation. You can't get a laugh if you translate it.
Okay, let's shift gears. If we
Sorry,
can.
I got off topic.
They're
No.
they're
Let's shift gears.
the Canadian comedians.
No, Jigon and
If I
Schumacher?
Google them.
No,
Israel.
Israel.
Yes.
Okay, they're Israeli comics.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
but they're Jewish. They
Yes.
speak in Yiddish. They speak in Yiddish, and I think they immigrated from Europe.
Correct.
Yeah.
Israel.
But
You can
they're
find
Israeli, and it's in Yiddish.
Let's
Yes.
shift gears. Sal,
Yes.
do we have Sal's poem?
I haven't received it. I sent Saul a message that
sent
said I
everybody-
didn't have it. Please send it to me. And I didn't get it. So if I don't get it, I can't post it.
Okay, Sal.
I sent it to everybody.
I got it.
I got it
Huh?
too.
You got it
Can
I got it.
somebody
I
send
got
it
it.
quickly to me?
right
If
now?
somebody, if you can send it quickly, I'll put it up on the screen. In
Okay.
the meantime, Mike, I wanted to say to you, ich denk, as dein Yiddish kommt gleich von deiner Summe. Gleich von deiner Summe gibt es. Das
There
glaube
it
ich.
is, right there.
That's true.
His name I always forget.
Oh, you're able to share the screen, Saul. I didn't know you could do that.
Alexa.
Yeah.
Very good. Efter
So
kann
you-
machen ein bisschen größer.
So do you have it?
No, go ahead and run it, Sal.
You
Oh, well.
put it up there. I don't know how, but that's okay. But if you can make it a little bigger,
It's
that would be
there.
wonderful.
A little bigger?
No, it looks
Yeah,
good.
just
It's good.
This is Git. Yeah, this is
Zaya.
yeah,
Here we
this
go.
is a Git.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sehr gut.
Ja,
Perfect. Perfect.
Tough mir an.
Wunderbar.
Years ago.
So shall I recite it?
Yes. Yes. Please.
Bitte, bitte.
It's called 80 Jahre zurück is the name of the poem. 80 Jahre zurück is a dorch, als we in a Blick. Auschwitz ist geworden befragt. Neben so viel Menschen hat es so geschaut. Mehr wie 1 Million Jiden sind dort umgekommen. Seine Schummes brutalisch weggenommen. Das gelbe Blättel auf Dreieck gelegen, verdreht, verchasset und heraufgespiegen. Die Jiden vergasset und verbrennt, im Gekimme, bei Beise, fremde Hand. Der Räuer in der Krematorie, seine Asch, Geseide ungefallen. Wehe du, a Torbe, zu halten, a Flasch, a Tasch. A so denn ist gewesen 80 Jahre zurück, wenn mit dem Manzer kann man werden Asche gestickt. Nur Hahn ist ein andermaße. Der Farmer sucht, als das nicht passiert. Männer in den Kopf geschossen, nicht? Kinder kurz teut nicht gemacht und Frauen Iederigkeit nicht behielt. Also denn ist gewesen 80 Jahre zurück, wenn es hat sich vergossen durch Tage jüdische Blut. Wenn man Menschen herangestippt und dreht und nebach lebendige Heid hat sich geschockelt das Eid. Also denn ist gewesen 80 Jahre zurück, a doch in a traurig dicken Blick. Mir bängt, wenn mir gedenkt, mir steigt und beweint, verloren in die Gedanken allein. Sagen Revier, ihr du zu geben, sagen Revier vor a zerrissenem Leben. Hand bis morgen fragt der Zukunft zu verstehen ist unmöglich. Never der Weg von den Gedanken ist lang und weit, nur zu gehen, zu verstehen, nicht du genug Zeit. Deswegen mit Bet, es ist nicht zu spät.
Oh, Yasher Koach. Yasher Koach.
Yeah.
Wow.
Magnificent.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
Wow, that is really, really
This is
beautiful.
Unbelievable.
This
I'm
is
going to
Nine
print it out
Hearts.
and take it to my museum next week when I volunteer. I think that was outstanding.
Wow.
Thank you.
Can someone email me that possibly? If
Sure, or send me an email or anybody that did you get it, Esther?
I got it on mine, but I don't have your email. Oh, I have your email. I can try to send it to you. Oh, why should I send it to you? You're the one who sent it to me.
What is your
If you
email?
could send it to me, Esther, I don't have it for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
Esther, if you could send it to me as well.
Okay, I don't have your email, Harvey. I'll send it to Al and he'll forward it to you. Okay.
Okay, that's great.
I'll do that after I get off.
Maybe next time at Lachen.
Lass mal hoffen, wir sollen hoffen, für was zu lachen.
Ja, besser zu lachen, wie zu weinen.
Richtig.
Yeah.
Do we have
So,
any videos to watch?
We don't have any videos, but Mike did give us a lot of questions. But I'll tell you, not all of the questions I think work. But there's one question that he puts here, and I think it's so important. I'm not going to try to read it in Yiddish. I'm just going to come out with it in the English. And he thought a good question would be, what role did our Yiddish language and culture play in maintaining hope and identity during the Holocaust? So our people that were there in the camps, what role did our Yiddish culture, did our Yiddish language play? Do we think it played in helping them maintain whatever hope and identity they could have while they were in the camps? I think it's a heck of a question. So go ahead.
There's a gal that she made this a big project of hers. If I can find the information, I'll get it to you. It's called Chorban Yiddish. And what happened to the Jewish language, the Yiddish language, during the Holocaust and the words that came out of that. And she gave a speech, I think, at the Jewish Book Center. If I can find that information, I'll get it to you. And it explains what went on during the war with Yiddish. Fascinating. It's
Had
called
to
Corbin
be.
Yiddish. Yeah, look it up. Yep.
Had to be. Somebody was telling a story before. I think it was Harvey that mentioned that when people went back, they couldn't get back their property. We had somebody speaking in our shul on Sunday, and I don't know how this came about. I missed a word or two somewhere, but the gist of it is they came back looking for the property, and the people that were living there refused to yield it, but they didn't
Correct.
actually have legal title to the property.
Correct.
Somehow or other, the people that owned it originally were able to get the title, and they sold it to somebody else who wanted the house, and they sold it to them legally, but only on the condition that once he took possession, he would throw them out on the street and leave them homeless. And that is exactly what happened. I don't know how
Wow.
that magic worked, but somehow they were able to get back the title to the house. And once they had that, they sold it to this man who wanted it. They weren't coming back to Poland or wherever it was
Right.
anymore. I think it was not Poland. It was Belarus, I think. But anyway, once they got the hold of that title, they sold. But the condition was, and apparently it was in writing, if he didn't throw them out, they wouldn't sell him the house.
Wow.
Every month.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is, the woman is telling this story when it was her grandmother's house, and she went back, and the next door neighbor still lived there. And they knocked on the door, and she didn't speak any English. Of course, there was a translator. But the lady at 82 years of age, she says, "Oh, yes, I remember your family." She started naming all the people, all the children. And then this woman whips out a picture of an old picture. You know, the girl was 11 years old at the time. And she takes one look at the picture and she says, "Oh, yes, this is this one. This is this one." She named every single person.
Wow.
She said, "Oh, yes, I knew you. And your family, they came back. Your mother came back," she says. "And she asked me for a big knife. And I gave her the knife, and she went back to the house, which was unoccupied at the time. And somewhere around the stove, there was a thing she carved into the wall, and she took out a box, a small wooden box. Apparently, they buried some valuables in this place, in the stove, so that if they made it back, they'd have." And the woman says, "Yes, yes, your mother took out a wooden box. I assume it was valuables. I didn't ask what was inside. She didn't tell me." But the woman, that told us the story said, absolutely, that's what it was. There was some valuables, actually provided some money for them to travel and get where they needed to go. Amazing
Wow.
story. Amazing stories.
And there's
Yeah,
no
yeah, yeah.
shortage of them.
Right.
No,
Saul,
and
did
we
you
can't
get my
let them go
message?
away. We can't. Do you know how many people I have that I know that tell me that this is a bubba misa, that this never happened, that they don't know a single soul that could attest to this? And I said, "You come talk to me. I have people that they'll show you the tattoo on their arm. They're still alive, 90, 92, 93 years old. They will show you, they will tell you what happened."
Thank goodness for General Eisenhower and the Army for taking those pictures.
Yes. Oh, yes. I said absolutely. We have to take film of this. People will never believe it.
Saul, did you get my message?
No, what was the message?
I don't have the poem. I have the questions that Mike Mill sent out. Would you mind sending the poem to Al? And if Al could email it to me, you got it?
All right. I just also sent to Al, to you, and to Joe the thing about Corbin Yiddish. And so you'll take a look
All
at
right,
it and
it's
check it
just
out.
about that time. One thing I want to let everybody know, I saw it when it came out in the movies just a while back, Nuremberg. If you haven't seen it, it's a wonderful film, and it was just released on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth your time to see. It was very well done, and it really, what you get really here is Goering. The main thrust of the story is Hermann Goering and how he orchestrated so much of the Shoah for Hitler. and how it ends up. It's goes, I think, psychologically and emotionally 2 or 3 steps beyond the old film Judgment at Nuremberg. So if you can get to see this film on Netflix, it's gone from the theaters already. But bring your neighbors over, bring your friends. If you have a projector in the synagogue and somebody has Netflix, get the whole group there. It's very much worth seeing. Again, I saw it in the movies. My wife didn't see it, but I'm going to watch it with her this weekend, coming up with our friends.
There's a voice on here. I want to tell you what we did at our Seder this year. My daughter-in-law took off all the anti-Semitic things that are happened to the Jews and the synagogues and the cars going in. And she went on the internet and she wrote every one of them down and said, we all need to be stand up and counted. Read every one with the synagogues and the rabbis. And my grandfather, many years ago, he's been gone a long time, he cut out the Holocaust from the forwards, and we read it every year. But it needs to be retold. Beside the Haggadah, they need to revise the Haggadah for what's going on today. That's well said. Very well said, Roger.
There actually are versions like that, Russ. There are.
Are there? Well, they do.
Yes.
We do it at our Seder because we do it ourselves. But it needs to be told at Passover every year.
I think you're right.
And what you said about Yiddish, my grandparents spoke fluent Yiddish, both sets. My mother, my father, my husband spoke fluent English, Yiddish. And I think from the camps, I think that's why they survived. I think it was a common language between all of them until today. I can speak it. I feel funny speaking it, but it was that generation that came from Europe and the Holocaust that passed it on to us. And we're doing it today on this computer.
I have to tell you, though, Russ, seriously, for those of us, and there are many, that grew up in a household where Yiddish was the secret language, they spoke. My parents spoke, my grandparents spoke, but when they didn't want us to understand, they kept it away. And yet, somewhere, somehow, and I know I'm not alone, overwhelming as I became an adult, I needed to learn Yiddish. I taught myself as much as I could, and I learned from others. And of course, what I stole from my grandparents. I think it does. I think it comes from the neshama. It's part of who we are. And why I do the Yiddish light for those who don't speak fluent is I keep telling them, we need to keep the Mamelushin alive. It's part of our culture. It's part of who we are. I don't care if you learn 5 words, 10 words, 20 words. Learn it, teach your children, teach your grandchildren. Medaf, I forgot how to say keep. Medaf
halten.
Medaf uphalten the Yiddish and the Mamelushin. Medaf uphalten. It's critical. We can't let it go. It is part of who we are. As much as Hebrew and Torah, our Yiddish and our Yiddish culture is part of who we are. Can never let it go.
I agree. I got a call from my I got a call from my grandson who went to a Jewish day school, and his father was kissing his head. And he called my mother and he said, Baba, is it called a Kepala or a Kepi? To kiss his head good night. Now that's Yiddish.
Yeah.
So
all right, this scheint spät mit darf wecken.
Wonderful evening. Wonderful evening.
Wir sehen alle in
alle sehen mir zu Shem 2 Wochen in der kommenden.
In eine Sache, also alle, wo sind weg in die slave labor camps, sollen sein alle in lachtige Geneiden.
Amen.
Check and see. I just sent it to everybody.
Really?
Email.
Hang on.
Check your email.
Right, we can hang on a second. Let me see here what we got.
Hang on. Let me see.
Yes, I have them both, Saul. I got them both.
Yes, thank you.
Echt
Thank
Ich
you
hab,
so
ich
much.
hab Gunisch. Ich hab es nicht.
Well, wait,
Oh.
Esther or Al, can you send it to Harv?
Maybe Al, can you send it to Harv because you're the host? I don't
Please,
think I have
Al,
it.
if you don't
I
mind.
don't know, Harvey. I don't know if I have your email.
Here, let me try. Let me try forward. What's your email, Harvey?
H. Genkala, Jen like Nancy, Ka.
Hold on. HJ.
EN like Nancy, K.
Be careful, Mom.
ALA at Yahoo.
Oh, go on, Chris Gomo.
At yahoo.com?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. jgenkala at yahoo.com.
No. H
H,
Genkala.
I got it. H, yeah.
H Genkala.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Not with
So
a
I'm
period, right? So just
Okay,
Right.
I just
H
sent it to
period
you. I hope you
Genkala,
get it.
No,
H
just
Genkala.
H Genkala. Yeah.
I sent it
Okay.
to you now, Harvey. I hope
Thank
you
you
get it.
so much. Thank you, Esther.
Thank
Alle
All right,
Zeige
Menschen.
Sage sind ein
Alle
stark
Menschen.
alle.
Yeah,
Danke
alles.
gesagt. Gute
China
Nacht.
Land.
I get to Nacht.
Okay,
Get to Nacht
in zwei
Sauer.
Wochen
Thank
von
you
Hand.
so much.
Everyone.
Man kriegt zusammen 2 Wochen von Hand?
Ja, 2 Wochen.
2 Wochen
2
Zeit.
Wochen.
Ja.
All right, sei gesund alle.
Thank you.
Sei gesund.
Thank y'all. Yo, thank you. It was a beautiful hour.